Today we're going to talk about seminar production. According to research, adult learning becomes crucial to understanding adult workers in the United States. If we are going to be conducting seminars, we need to understand the dynamics of the adult learner. That is, if we want them to listen to our speech. According to E.C. Letterman, who was strongly influenced by the work of John Dewey, there are 5 key assumptions of modern adult learning theory. They are, number 1, adults are motivated to learn as they experience needs and interests that learning will provide for them. Number 2, adults' orientation to learning is mostly self-centered. What can you do for me? 3, experience is the richest source of learning for adults. 4, adults have a deep need to be self-directing. In other words, they want to be in charge. Number 5, individual differences among people increase with age. There are 4 basic families of learning theories. 1, humanistic. This is a very simple form of learning where we stop paying attention to environmental stimulus that never changes, like the clock that ticks in our living room or the faucet that drips in our bathroom. These people are not driven by unconscious forces or shaped by the environment. 2 is cognitive. This is how a person processes, stores, and retrieves information. Cognitive abilities involve memory, creativity, and intelligence. For example, the elderly are perceived to be less sharp. Is this always true? Of course not. 3, social cultural. This is how behavior and thinking vary across situations and cultures. 4, behaviorism. This is involving the mental aspect of how learning takes place. Behavior is determined by environmental stimuli. It's what people see. Based on literature addressing the adult learner, individuals are described as a self-directed, lifelong learner who over a lifetime are motivated, enthusiastic, and continual independent learners. In my master's thesis, I found that while employed by a seminar corporation, just how much adults can get into learning with the right stimulus. You, the presenter. Speakers were hired in for $3,000 to give a 1-hour speech because the people attending loved hearing them the last time. Adults like to use new knowledge in life way beyond the classroom. How can you apply this knowledge to your talks? Number 1, give your audience members an opportunity to talk by asking them questions. Everyone loves to hear themselves talk. 2, adults love to be right. Who won your last argument? The old saying that you will always win an argument if you're right in the first place comes to mind. 3, adults like to feel a part of the process. Help them to be active in your seminars. You can do this by giving them handouts that they need to fill in or talking with them in small groups and activities. And most of all, adults love to have fun. Make your seminars enjoyable for them. Adults need to be motivated in order to learn. Your job is to motivate them. According to Michael Jeffries, founder of Yes, a Positive Network, adults will listen when they are relaxed and stimulated. People listen when their motivation is in the right place. People are so busy in their own thoughts, agendas, and busy lives, they are not thinking about us. In order to get people to listen, we have to break their train of thought from their agenda to ours. To do this, we must get their attention through the use of visuals, stories, or any other creative idea you could think of in order to grab their attention. Keep in mind a very important aspect of doing any kind of production is teamwork. I took the letters of teamwork apart to emphasize these letters. The first letter, T, stands for togetherness. Eliminate blame and create an environment where communication can take place freely. The E in teamwork is equality. Every team member is equally special for their role and importance to a team. A is attitude. A good attitude is an important element to foster within any team. M is mashing. The ability of the leader to combine the members of the team to best utilize their specific talents. The W stands for we. The team is single entity, using individuals to serve. The O is organization, which provides resources required for the success, including measurements for feedback on how the team is doing. And R is role-playing, contributes as a team role player are important. And K, kindred spirit, reward for teamwork, the ultimate sharing. This teamwork is useful to know when you're working with organizations and you're trying to put a seminar together. When you have to work with groups, either small groups or large groups, you want to break up into small groups, you really need to be aware of group dynamics. Group dynamics is how your group communicates with each other. Organizations frequently take action contrary to the desires of any of the members and defeat the purpose of what they set out to achieve due to a failure of communication. The inability to manage agreement rather than conflict is a major concern facing organizations in this country today. If you do not involve your group in the decision-making process, there will be conflict. If you give a seminar and you just stand up and talk without involving your audience, you will lose them. People need to participate and feel a part of the group. It gives them security, affection, a type of love. People need to be individuals. They want to be respected for who they are, and they want to feel distinctive. In order for adults to learn something new, the approval of a group is a powerful source of motivation and support. In fact, the most distinctive aspect of being alive is the potential for joy, fun, excitement, caring, warmth, and personal fulfillment in our relationships with other people, according to David W. Johnson in Reaching Out, a book about interpersonal effectiveness and self-actualization. If you make your participants feel glad they came, make them feel a part of the process, they will like being there. And if they like being there, they will listen to what you have to say. According to Johnson, there is a 4-stage cycle to learning. Concrete, practical experience. Personal theory to be tested in new situations. Formulation of concepts and principles, and observation, reflection, and examination. When choosing your topics, be sure to follow these guidelines. People must need your topic. You need to have background that makes you extremely knowledgeable so an audience will want to listen to you about your topic. Never underestimate the knowledge of an audience. A topic should be broad enough to be able to interest a lot of people. You should always know who your audience is before you plan your speech. These are important steps that I take that have really helped me. Go to the library. Your library has already done all of your homework for you. Find all of the books, journals, and magazine articles on your subject, and then write in your own words what you learned. Find books in bookstores, old and new. You will be surprised at the interesting printed information you will find. If you find something fascinating to you, chances are your audience will find it fascinating to them. Locate trade publications, newsletters in your field. Subscribe to the ones on your topic. For example, if you are going to speak on image, be sure to get a membership to the Image Networker. Collect quotation and proverb books. Not only will you enjoy these inspirational sayings, but they are great icebreakers for speeches. And subscribe to a computer program with a search system, or do this at your local library in order to locate material. Join associations in your area. Go to the meetings. Make contacts with people. Ask them what topics they have heard that they have enjoyed. Call speakers bureaus and find out what good names for speeches are. They always change from time to time. Go to lectures and seminars on a regular basis. Listen, watch, and learn from these people. Never copy their material unless they give you permission. Offer to help a speaker you meet so that you can learn the ins and outs of the process. Love your topic. Always look for new ideas. I carry an index card in my purse and jot down ideas as I think of them. Take notes when people talk. Be unique. As you study your material, work on your own way of presenting the material to the audience. Presenting is a lot like acting, and no two actors are alike. Listen to people. Prepare a great title. People are attracted to how-to titles. Give your audience a reason, a benefit. Look at newspaper headlines and see if you can apply grab techniques to your titles. In order to have a persuasive presentation, there are really 3 steps. The first step is the introduction, where you get credibility, the attention, you preview the main points, and create a need. And then you have the body, where you give them the main points and the details. You have participation, discussion, and you show evidence. And finally, the conclusion. And most people subscribe to the WIIFM, and that means what is in it for me? What action is to be taken? Implementation is important. Be sure the size of the room is what you will need and the chairs are arranged in a way that the people will listen. For example, a horseshoe or a circle. Be sure the lights and plugs are working. Often they are not. Be sure you have the tables you will need for your display. Don't expect them to be there unless you've asked for them. Get to the seminar early so that you will be ready for Murphy's Laws. Use the process of association to remember names. My name is Knudsen, and I tell people, think of a canoe in the sun. Agree with your participants. They're always right. Look your best. You are the focal point. Talk with, not at, your audience. Dale Carnegie, author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, once said, "You could make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." Use your eyes. If your eyes are dilated, it means you like what you do. Same for your audience. If you see someone's eyes constrict, they are not listening to you. Eye contact is crucial in presenting. Be sure to look at people around the room and be sure to spend at least 3 to 5 seconds when looking at someone in your audience. Be sure your voice is firm, clear, sincere, and you have worked out all of the voice mistakes such as like this and aha, okays, if you wills. One time I had a professor in college who said if you will before every sentence. I thought I was going crazy. I certainly was not listening to what he had to say. I was counting his if you wills. Be sure you have a good image. Wear a smile. You probably have heard the saying, if they don't have a smile, give them yours. It's catchy. Exhibit good posture. Shoulders back, tummy in, knees flexed. Relax. Look professional. Use natural gestures. And then summarize and ask for some action. Be sure to memorize the last 2 minutes. This is very important because you need to close by having eye contact with your audience. It's important in seminar production to provide visuals and handouts. Keep them simple, clear, easy to read, and try to use color. If properly used, handouts will greatly enhance your presentations. It is not a good idea to produce your visual aids and distribute them at the beginning of your talk. You will be taking their eyes off of you and onto your paperwork. You can make copies of 3 or 4 sheets and distribute these, and when you come to that point, they can look at those. Additional handouts should always be distributed at the end of the presentation. Put them on a table near where people leave, and if they want one, they will be available to them. Another method for handouts is the one the audience participates in. This is the best kind. You will use your transparency as a guide and write the answers in with a felt tip pen, and they can put it on their copy. If the people see you write something down, they will immediately do the same. Never read off a visual. That's insulting to your audience. Never make a visual out of a full page of information. It's just too overwhelming. Make your visual big and easy to read. There is nothing more annoying than to be in the back of the room and not be able to see the visual. Make your visual short, simple, and to the point. Visuals are more effective if they are in color. As we know from our clothing, color is very important. Combine pictures and symbols with key words. Mix charts, graphs, and cartoons and anecdotes so that it's just not boring to just see a bunch of charts one after another. Give your presentation individuality. Create your own visuals. Call 3M Company and find out the distributor in your area. People are happy to answer questions and help you with your visual needs. Your visual aids are much more important than your words. Be sure to have only one key point per visual and use overlays for complex points. The best visual is the real thing or a photo of it. But just remember, you are your own best visual aid. I'd like to discuss fees. The question, what do I charge, is one of the most difficult questions to get an answer to when you first start in this business. At first, it's a good idea not to charge. There is no such thing as, quote, not being paid, unquote. If you do a seminar for a Chamber of Commerce, for example, for free, You have an opportunity to give out business cards, information about your business, and make contacts. This is free advertising and a great way to get long-term business. A keynote speaker's average fee ranges from $1,000 to $5,000 a session. Speakers performing at association meetings, corporations, and universities are paid approximately $500 to $800 for 1 hour. This is a much more reasonable fee, and I have found these employers agree. You will need to prepare a seminar evaluation form for feedback. Preparation is so important, and the best way to prepare is with a mind map. You may also have called this concept mapping. There's many names for this process, but it's a tool for solving problems. It's known as clustering, webbing. It's just a great way to brainstorm ideas. And what you do is you write the central issue in the middle of a piece of paper and draw a circle around that issue. You continue to write down the next thing that pops into your head, and then circle it and draw a line from one circle to another. Keep writing down ideas and using circles. Using process of elimination, eliminate the ideas that you don't want or need. Put similar ideas together. Organize and put into sequence. You can use this technique when you need to be creative or when you are experiencing writer's block. Use this technique and you will be surprised at how well you are doing and how much you know. You will also discover what needs to be done. Mind or concept mapping will allow you to see your thoughts on paper before you organize them. Mind mapping is extremely efficient. The mind map can be created in less than 5 or 10 minutes. It allows the writer to record impressions quickly and freely. No worry about grammar, logical order, or sentence structure. And you can use all of your thinking facilities and not just limit yourself to linear left-brain thinking. It's a speaker's consensus that I have met and done work for and with that audience basics are the same no matter what audience you have. And basically they are that you need to get the people interested, so they'll give you some of their time. You must convince them that they need you or they need the information, so they might think that maybe they'll be able to do this. They have to be satisfied with the information, so they think to themselves, gee, this is how this works. And they need something visible to them where they can see themselves using this information. A very important aspect of seminar production is the title. It's like going into a bookstore when you don't know what the books are about. The title is what gets you interested. So we need to consider the same thing for seminars. Some of the titles that I have found work for me and organizations like to hear are as follows. Who wants to go to all that trouble to look good and why? How to sweep away the monsters that hold you back in business. Mastering professional business etiquette. How to get what you want just because people like you. The likability factor. Guarantee results in management with 7 easy steps. And secrets of a professional dress for men and women. You will find that there are certain words that people like to hear about. Words like free, guarantee, how to anything, and secret. Everyone wants to hear a secret way to do something. Sell and excite. Organization checklist. What motivates the audience to listen? Has the need been presented clearly? Is the presentation clear and easy to understand? Did you give them evidence? Did you emphasize key points and benefits? Are your recommendations clear and logical? And did you make the audience visualize with personalized visuals and with some emotional appeal? And now, how to get work in the seminar business. Number 1, your focus must appeal to your group. For example, department stores would be interested in promoting color analysis to help with their clothing sales, for example. Number 2, develop a list of good prospects. Join associations and local clubs and network. Number 3, offer to answer a need for individuals and/or companies. Number 4, be an authority. Take courses, learn from a mentor, get that college degree. Number 5, know marketing and do not let advertising put you out of business. Never spend more than you bring in. 6, go to as many seminars as you can and learn from these people. PFOPE is very common among speakers, and it means profit from other people's experience. And finally, number 7, go to the library, order copies of publications that interest you, become an expert on your topic, and become an expert as a seminar presenter. Thank you.